Okay, so you're gonna make me do it.
Well, yeah, you had the intro you wanted to start with.
Oh yeah. I mean, I don't know if I wanted to do that or
Well, you have to know.
Okay, yeah. Hi, welcome to Smol Cast. We're your hosts, Pinky and Scurvy, and we're here today with our special guest Happy, and we're here to ask him how can you come in 9.2 seconds?
Is Happy here?
All
He's
right then.
Yes.
he is here.
Happy
That's
to have you here.
Well, you see, you have to synchronize the up and the down strokes on the same frame, and you achieve what's called a super stroke.
And
And you have to do that 2 times in a row.
would that end up being bigger and perhaps harder than the usual?
According to some people, perhaps not.
Oh, Kirby's much louder than Pinky. Let's make
Yeah,
Pinky louder.
they can't hear me. I don't know why.
Damn, Pinky is not really loud now.
Yeah, I told you guys I was gonna do it.
How am I so much louder? There, fixed. So, to recap. Already it's been 2 minutes for recapping. Okay, I made Pinky and Happy louder. Damn.
Test.
Louder. Does this sound better?
Test 1 2.
Can you hear me? Hear me? Ooh woo.
Could also move my mic closer to my mouth.
I've just turned you up to the max volume.
Yeah, I sounded loud as fuck last week. I don't know what changed.
Yeah, you were the same. I didn't change any of your sounds. I just made Happy louder. So I made you louder as well, Pinky, since apparently you're quiet. Meeps. Or not meeps. Memes. This is just how Small Cast goes.
Wow,
It's
racist.
What do you mean racist?
I'm sorry, Meeps.
It's just how Small Cast is. It's the way it is. Welcome to Small Cast. It's Small Cast 2 with Happy this time. And it is also our 6-month anniversary. I was going to say 6-year anniversary. Definitely what it feels like.
Wait, I had a thing for this.
Oh, did you?
Oh yeah. Today is the 24-year anniversary of Small MA. In Small MA time.
We would like to congratulate Rice on his 2001 run. And the game is now a year and 6 months old, as it came out on the 25th of January 2020.
Oh god, I just wanted to make such a terrible joke.
Make it.
Okay, yeah. So Rice's run is from 2001, right?
Yeah.
I was gonna say his run was so good. His run. His run was so good it caused 9/11.
Jesus Christ.
I somehow knew that's where you were going.
I mean, it's okay. We don't have many Americans here, so nobody cares.
What do you mean we don't have many Americans here? 50% of our player base is Americans. Anyway, Jesus
I
Christ.
said many. We have a few.
Like half. Anyway, they don't care.
Yeah, it's fine.
Germans did 9/11 anyway. What a start. Welcome, Happy, to Smallcast 2. How are you doing today?
Thank you. I'm doing okay. Happy to be off work. Happy to be amongst good people.
So, just to recap from the past week, we'll go to AO last because a lot happened there. Probably or no, I should say, no has matched Rice's time and Poppin' Rock's case closed, which I think is insane. Imagine getting the exact same amount of milliseconds. Like, we've had it
Yeah,
before.
it's like the first world record tie we've had on speedrun.com, I think, right?
Yeah, I think it is. I'm pretty certain it is.
Because yeah, we've never had one before, I don't think, and we have had ties before, like once or twice on the spreadsheet.
I think
But
it was a 3-way tie at one point, if I'm not mistaken. I might
yeah,
be
I don't know
wrong.
about a 3-way tie. There was definitely a 2-way tie one time.
And otherwise, in record wise, Meeps lost a world record for a very short amount of time. If anyone else caught that, did anyone else even notice that? Meeps lost one of his red heart times
Yeah, I saw that.
for like a few hours.
That didn't happen.
It happened.
That's what they want you to think.
So it was the second oldest run behind Rice's Amizopha's Revengeance case close time, which is too old.
So what, like 3 months?
I think it might be longer.
4?
Except I said case closed when I meant Bubba. It is 4 months old, yeah. That is an insane amount of time to hold up one world record, considering the fact we're only 6 months old. It was set on the 16th of March.
Yeah, he learned the rice walk, and that's what happened.
Can't rice walk in AOR.
They didn't see what's coming.
It was no, yeah. Bubba % went to Psy. Yeah, everyone needs to jump on AOR Bubba %. It's the oldest record. It's gonna be sloppy. Actually, it is. Well, it's not sloppy. It's there's definitely room for improvement. And we have one new runner who's actually in the chat, as far as I'm aware. From France. It's like our 4th ever French runner. Cons runs muck or memes. I believe that is the same. Yeah, that is the same person. I'm gonna go confident into this and say it's the same person.
Or other meeps, as you would say.
Other memes.
Yeah. Because apparently you can't tell the difference.
I just looked at it quickly and read it wrong. Damn. In other news, we've gone and hit the 2000 IL run mark. So over 2000 individual level runs. And now
Yeah, that was pretty pog.
58 hours of content. Which is a lot. And yeah, nothing else significant about the stats compared to last week, besides the 2000 mark, which is quite big. I guess we can't push it off much longer. Ame's office. New world record by Skyjack. 10.039 seconds.
Yeah, so last week we left off with finding out that 10.4 is possible, and then now I think 9.2 is possible. So a lot has changed in a week.
How are you feeling about the new super bounces, Happy?
They are really hard, and I did not like grinding it to get my 10.6. But it's a really cool trick. Anything for a time save, you know?
Yeah, that's how I feel about it. Anything to make the game faster, I like it.
But I'll just keep. I'll stay on the record that I'm not a huge. I'm on the fence about it, right?
Okay, yeah, I know
Uh,
you don't like it, but I think it's fine.
it's good, and it's not like I'm going to say we should ban it. But I just feel. I guess the feeling is that we've been working so hard for 6 months now to get the times really, really low, and we've basically been slow the whole time because the super bounce neglects any reason for you to do a ground pound for boost. Just do a super bounce instead. It affects nearly every single stage.
I don't think it affects as much of the game as you think it does.
It affects milliseconds, which matter, okay? As long as it has any type of effect and that can be used across multiple stages, it's going to have a big effect. That's the way I see it. I'm definitely going to love it in a few weeks, it's fine. It's the same with Cycle Skip. I hated Cycle Skip.
Yeah, everyone hated Cycle Skip. Everybody hated Rice Walk. Everybody hated Cycle Skip. I
And
loved both,
and
even though it's.
and people don't like Super Bounce.
I still love Super Bounce, even though I can't do it. I still
I
love it.
can't do it either. I spent over half an hour trying to do it. I just could not get a single one.
I mean, I have gotten a few, but I don't
I
think
feel
I've
so
gotten one
bad.
today. And trying to practice to do them is like the worst thing I've ever had to do. But I still think they're cool, and it's the next it's the next level of the game. Okay, or at least for AO. Like, AO is always like the biggest thing in the game, and making AO any faster, especially by like another second or like anything, is just like huge.
Even a few milliseconds, as we discovered from last week's Smol Cast. How is your consistency with them, Happy?
Uh, I guess I never really thought about how consistently I was getting them, but I think I played the stage for like maybe 4 hours, 5 hours, I think.
And you got your
And
10.6.
yeah, I got a lot of attempts, but a lot of that time was also just me practicing it. Because I didn't really like, I might not have approached it the same way as other people did. I didn't really like sit there and try to do it like on a stationary platform first or anything like that. I just went for it.
Just straight into runs.
Yeah, I just because my philosophy was like if I learn this with like maybe this timing, it's gonna feel different when I'm doing it here. And I'm a really like feel-based player.
That's true.
So I was just like, I'm just gonna try it. And I looked at I don't want to mispronounce his name, so I'm just gonna say Sko. I looked at Sko's video of him performing the trick and just kind of like tried to analyze it as much as I could. And I mean, you're basically just landing and just mashing jump and ground pound at the same time, just hoping for the best. But there is a little bit of like feeling involved with it, with the timing.
Do you feel that, like, do you plan to push AO now and potentially go for the sub 10 and world record? Or do you plan to continue to work on whatever you're working on? What are you working on? What were you working on?
Yeah, my main project was Pecco Land 25,
Yeah, you've
and
been getting really close to 25 lately. It's been pretty hype.
26-1,
I've
pretty good.
I've duped 26.3 and 26.5 so many times now. It's just ugh, finding that last little bit because it's just so many different things can go wrong. But I don't want to get us onto PL while we're talking about AO. I might consider going for it. I kind of just wanted to get a run with two super bounces in it, just so like we could kind of see better what it would look like, I guess. in a run setting.
Just the routing you're looking for at the moment.
I think it definitely helped a lot. That's why I tagged you, and I was hoping you would do it, because I'm like, if anybody can do this, it's you. Like, you did it pretty fast, just like you did cycle skip really fast too when we first talked about it.
Maybe it's that methodology of just going for it. Maybe that's what does it.
I mean, in theory, we knew it would work, and I put the route together, and then we're like, okay, just do this. And then it was a matter of just actually doing it. I'm so glad that runs have actually been done now, though. Like, Happy did the first one, and then Skazak has done a few now, too. He almost has sub 10 now.
How do you feel about that 9.2 barrier or time, theoretical time that's been put forward? Think that's too aggressive, or could you think you could go
I
lower?
think it's very real. I'm not sure about 9.2 because I was trying to put the math together for like the fastest runs and like adding all the possible time losses. And I did have it come out to at least 9.3. So, I mean, 9.2 or 9.3, like,
That area.
definitely possible. But that's only if you get absolutely everything, which is insanity. Because you already have to do. You have to do an insta off of 3 now, on top of also doing 2 super bounces back to back, and then also getting insta diagonal on diagonal.
And then not choke.
Yeah, and then not choke. And then, I don't know, if you're a god, then get like perfect mom on top of all of that or some shit.
Pixel perfect,
Maybe
perfect
that's
mom.
9.2.
I wonder then, because I've always noticed, and I'm pretty sure everyone else has noticed this too, if you approach insta diagonal or just that book in general at a weird angle or slow, or you just do it incorrectly, it messes up the danger jump. So obviously we saw Skajak do a danger jump that way, but I wonder if it will have, if he was trying to do an insta, would it be still possible to go for danger jump?
What do you mean?
The way you approach that tilted book affects your danger jump. If you ever like,
I mean, yeah, but like you can still do it.
you can sometimes just go straight over it though and completely miss the books. Also, since we're running at lower frame rates, it makes danger jump harder, which makes it easier to choke.
I think as long as you're not playing at 60, there's like a very low chance that you're gonna miss danger jump.
Anyway, only the best of the best are going to be doing this trick. So
Being personally attacked by that statement.
What do you
As
mean?
someone who has missed danger jump a million times.
everyone's missed danger jump a million times. Danger jump is just.
It's fine. It's just browser.
Sure.
Speaking of browser, why do you play on browser over downloading the versions?
It's just what I'm used to. I really can't change at this point.
Does
I've
it
tried.
Does it feel that much different?
It probably isn't that much different for me, but like the few times I have tried, I didn't like find that immediate success I was looking for, I guess. So
The slight
I just switched
differences.
back.
I mean, it's really interesting to me because you can't play on uncapped on browser, so like you're stuck at 144, which is fine. Like 144 is fine, right? Like for pretty much the whole game, I guess. But I don't know. That's just kind of weird to me.
Well, optimally,
I
you'd be want to playing at 500 FPS.
I mean, not 500, but like 2 or 300. Like we've found is a lot easier to do cycle skip than playing it like 144. Playing at 144 is much harder. I'm not sure if that would actually just make your overall time worse or not, but it's definitely made cycle skip a lot easier to play it uncapped.
So, Happy, if I can just take you back for a moment to a long time ago. And I'm trying to find it. It was Pinky that made the message. Here it is. On the 23rd of February. Huge congrats to Happy for having all 10 world records. What a legend.
Oh, yeah.
10 world records, Happy. All of them.
Yeah. It was an interesting time in the game's history for sure. I still maintain I don't really think I'm that good at this game. I think there are many other players who are way more skilled than I am. But I think I was just in the right place at the right time, you know?
I think you're 5 world records there. Looking at you with disgust.
I don't think anybody would. I think everybody would argue that they all think that you're the best player.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. Happy is great. You are great.
I still think Rice Boy is better than me, but that's just me.
I feel like nobody would ever think that they themselves are the best player.
Yes, it would be a bit narcissistic, I guess. But it's I don't. There's never going to be one best player, really, right?
I mean, there's too many records now anyway.
You could make a case for Happy as he's had all the world records at one time, right? But I'm doubtful that's ever going to happen again. But there's so many different runners now, and they're all so good at each of their own stages.
Yeah, the last time we got close to somebody getting all the world records was Rice. Almost got all the world records once.
If it wasn't for Meeps holding it in Red Heart.
He was only missing like 5, maybe, out of like all 30. And then he gave up because it was too hard. Because it was like, at the time, it was like, AONE, of course, and then like Pickle NE, and then like all of Red Heart. Like he even had this plan. He's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do all the Red Heart categories and then like hoard them first, and then like submit it all at once so I can like get it all.
But TTM any percent.
He really didn't want to go for PL NE or AO NE either.
TTM.
Actually, surprisingly enough, that's an interesting topic. Is this was not that long after cycle skip became a thing, and believe it or not, Rice actually couldn't do cycle skip for a really long time. Like he literally just couldn't do it at all.
Was he trying it, or was he just admitting?
He was trying.
Oh, he was trying?
I mean, I don't think he tried very much. He's just like, oh, I hate cycle skip more than anything. Like, fuck this. And but I mean, eventually he did it anyway, and now like he's third, obviously, like barely below me. It didn't take him that long to get like a good time once he started doing it.
So you can, if you go back and actually just look at the video that I posted 15 minutes ago, or it's a bit longer than that now. But you can see after Happy gets his 10 world records, Rice and Happy, like you put up there's a strong, I'm not quite sure which word to use here, battle or contest between the two of you. Did you ever feel?
There was that point where we were like evened out for a little while. I noticed that.
Did you ever feel that beating Rice is always staying one record ahead of Rice is your goal, or have you ever had a number of world records you've always wanted to have?
No, honestly, like the 10 out of 10 thing, I didn't even really think about going for that for so long. It just I started out grinding PL a lot, and that was like the first stage that I really played a bunch of.
I remember those
And
runs; they were insane.
yeah, that during that time it was like me, No, and Psycho together in the Pecco Land chat, just like hyping each other up, sharing strategies, sharing fails. Psycho had a point where he got like just a ridiculous amount of PBs in a row. It was crazy. But after that, like, I just wanted to fill out my timesheet because I come from Mario Kart. Like when I
Oh
was
yeah,
younger, like Mario Kart was like the game for me. I loved MK64 onwards. So in that game, they had their leaderboard. They have an average finish where if you have a time on every level, they take the average of all of your leaderboard placements and they give you a value, and then that is where you place on their average finish leaderboard. So I wanted to try to do something like that for myself, like calculate my average finish. And then I just kind of realized that I wasn't really satisfied with my runs until they were like world record or even past world record sometimes. So that's just kind of how it happened. And then Pinky told me that AO any% wasn't that optimized on the update we were playing on.
Yes, because Happy had all the records except that, and I'm like, okay, just go get it. It's free as fuck right now. Because this is when like the new physics just came out, and AONE was only like 12.6 or some stupid shit.
that is
Like,
stupid.
I think it was like
it was
12.56 something,
it
I
was
think.
so easy. And then he got it like immediately. I'm like, yeah, see, I told you it was
Oh
free.
no, that
Like,
was not immediately. That was like one of the hardest grinds I've ever had on this game. I played
okay,
80% for like an entire day straight. Just did not leave my room. Just grinded that stage. Because at that point in time, I didn't understand how to save time on that stage at all. I was just like, I'm just gonna throw myself at the mom and just look at the time at the end. And I think in that PB video, I had gotten into a rhythm of like I would finish a time and I would just read out the milliseconds to myself. And then I'd be like, that wasn't it. That wasn't it. And then I got it and I'm like 559 or something like that.
I mean, it was an interesting time too because nobody really knew what they were doing in AO anymore once the physics changed. So it was basically like learning how to play the game all over again. It was hard enough just for us to get back to 12.5. After 12.5 or lower being like normal for such a long time.
The physics update did slow us, hindered us. We were just too busy, or just not too busy, too
Oh, it did. It did. And can I
stuck with the
this is
times.
something I want to talk about too is the absolute worst time of the game ever was versions 217 to 305. I don't know how we survived through that time. It was literally the worst time of the game ever. I don't know how I even played back then.
Tilty's
It was actually
platforms.
just dog shit. Like, I commend everybody for making it through that time.
Tilty platforms. Oh god.
I feel like I took a break during that time and then just like completely missed that whole debacle.
Well, you are super lucky because it was absolutely terrible.
Because I don't remember anything about this other than you guys mentioning it, of course.
Platforms were weird. That's the best way to describe it.
And then there's the cursed 305 with the mom button that doesn't go down.
The static mom button.
Yes. It was terrible. I hated it so much. Literally, the day that version came out, I asked Kevin immediately. I'm like, "Can you please make the button go down again? If the button doesn't go down anymore, I literally can't play the game anymore. Just make the button go down, please." And he's like, "Okay, yeah, I can do that." He did it the next day.
So, the 7th of April, famous time, just before Inamore Magamaga came out later that month. Happy did a wonderful thing that is probably one of the biggest events in the speedrunning history so far.
Ah, yes. I think about this all the time.
This may be challenged by super bounces at the moment, but cycle skip. What were your thoughts on cycle skip when you first saw it, Happy? When you first saw the idea?
I remember this day very vividly because I had started the job that I'm currently working at on like the 31st of March. So this was like during my first week of like working. And I had been messaging Rice Boy about what I saw in the chat. I was like, is this real shit? Or do I sleep, you know? Do I not worry about it? And he told me it was really close, and he showed me a clip of him almost getting it, but he like left out a certain part of him trying it that I think he just showed me how close he was to getting it, but not how he got up there. So when I came home to try it, I had just like I had no idea really what like you guys' method was. So I just was trying stuff. I was like, how do I get up there as fast as possible?
You went
And I
in
just happened
blindly.
to like I happened to get that Insta off of I don't even know which one it is. I can't keep up with all the numbers you guys say. I think it's like 4.
4 probably.
The one where you Insta off of it and you get the boost as soon as you land. I got that one time and I was like, that was really fucking fast. So I started messing with that. It just kind of worked.
Did you grind it for long?
I didn't really have to try it. Once I figured out the method, like I envisioned it in my head, I was like, this is fast enough. I think I can make it if I do it really, really good. It didn't take me that long.
If I recall, it took him 30 minutes to figure out how to do cycle skip, and then after that, he did it immediately within like a minute.
Yeah, it was because I tried for a bit and then I got a fail with it. And I sent that to Rice and I was like, it's on you now. I was like, I can't hit danger jump. I've never done danger jump in my life.
Danger
I was like, I
jump,
guess I'll keep trying. And
danger
then I think
jump
it
was
was
still
3 tries.
3 tries before you got your first one.
I remember seeing a clip of this. The recording was literally like a minute and 30 seconds or something for like the session to get cycle skip.
And
You can look in the video too.
you basically answered my next question that I had for you. Is that after you hit cycle skip, you left, leaving us all a bit lost. We'd lost our idol, but you went and got work.
Yeah, part of it was definitely the work, and part of it was myself. I don't know. I kind of have this history of like when new strategies are talked about, I hit them pretty quickly. And during that time, I was really struggling. Part of me thought that I was taking some of the fun out of the game for people by doing stuff like that. So I
Well,
thought it might be better if I just left.
I'll say on behalf of the community, we 100% did not take the fun out of it. I think everyone has been enjoying the grind down to, well, it was the grind down to 10.4, 10.3, but it's a lot different now. Obviously a big moment how your records lasted a very long time. You held onto a record for nearly 2 months, if my memory serves me right.
3 months.
3 months. in Peckle at any percent. That was a really fast time. But then looking at the time now, maybe it's not a really fast time.
It's my most shameful PB, which is unfortunate that it lasted so long, because it's the one that I like the most. Or the one that I dislike the most, excuse me. Like my least favorite run that I've ever done on
Yeah,
this
like
game.
like the name of the video is like shame.
Oh
or
yeah, shame,
something,
yeah.
I got so many good runs on that pace and failed the end. How do you fail the ending of Pecco Land? You just jump on
mean-
the mom and insta. Come on.
I mean, you say how do you fail the end of Pucker Land, but I mean, you could just fall through the floor at any time.
That's
Like,
true. That's true. But once you're
That-
past that, like it's kind
yeah,
of home
yeah.
free. Like I cannot. I like early jump, and my friend that I'm talking to in Discord even says Sag, completely unrelated to what I'm doing, but the timing was perfect.
I thought that was you.
I thought that was you
That was
too. I thought that
not
was you. I
me.
thought that was so funny.
I
Like,
I didn't
it's
say anything because I
literally like you rub up against the mob, and it's just like Sag,
yeah,
and
he
then you
said
just finish.
that was my friend, completely unrelated to what I was doing.
That was perfect.
I had to stop the recording because at that point I had failed so many like good pace runs just at the end, and I had had enough. I was like, look, I got 26.4. Somebody else can take this further.
That took us a while.
Well, that's what you thought, but it took 3 months.
I mean, it's a really hard stage. And there's it's. I don't want to compare it to AO, but it's almost like an extended AO in a sense because there's so many things that just have to go right.
I think it's the hardest thing in the game besides AO.
Speedrunning it is just frustrating. Like this, it's easy, but then it's easy to do
I
each
mean,
thing
it's
individually.
interesting because like there's no cycles or anything involved in Land. Like it's literally just pure skill and that's it. Like
It's some insta bubbles.
and it's super hard. Like
Definitely one of the more fun stages to speedrun, though, in my opinion. I enjoy speedrunning it.
that is a good point, Scientia, that Sag has been a meme. But I think the bigger meme was go home and be a family man. That was such a big meme for a long time.
I had bigger plans for that meme than just cycle skip stuff, but it just happened that way. I was gonna hoard some good times, like some really good times, and I was gonna make a whole video about. I was gonna teach myself how to edit, 'cause I have no idea how to edit videos, and I was gonna make a little montage of cool records to Guile's theme, because when me and Rice Boy would talk more, we would joke about me being like a family man and stuff. And I kind of
Yeah.
have that reputation with the community for like missing tournaments for family stuff and things like that. So I thought it would be funny to have the family man thing play on that with Guile.
Yeah, it was such a legendary meme after you left for the longest time. Like we all joked that we're like, oh man, if we become a family man, maybe we'll get better at the game and like
You have to
stuff
be
like
a
that is-
you have to be a family man to hit cycle skip, and then if someone
Yeah,
hits cycle
yeah.
skip, everyone would say it. Everyone would say, "Go home, be a family man." If someone hit cycle skip, it became the motto of cycle skip: "Go home, be a family man." It had its own music, it had its own quote. Cycle skip was such a big thing.
Yeah, every time anybody did like cycle skip, they would always post a video and be like, "Faith is hard to come by these days."
You gotta
Oh,
squeeze in all the
man.
quotes, all the music, and you spend a whole day reminiscing on that famous day. It was so good.
And the best video that has ever been made is that video you made about Happy and like commemorating like
Oh, me.
his last record finally being broken. Like I'm so glad you made that video and I'm so glad we were able to send it to you at
I-
all.
I will be 100%
It-
real with you guys. I shed a tear when I watched that video. It definitely, thank you so much for that. Everybody who's ever said nice things in this Discord to me, anybody who's ever like supported me in doing runs and stuff, thank you all, like from the bottom of my heart. It really means more to me than you could possibly know.
I was so
well,
tempted to like oust your location of where you lived, just to
Oh my goodness, you have that power, don't you?
just to send this to you. Like I wanted you to see this. I wanted
I
to.
didn't even consider that. You have that power, don't you, Scurvy?
I just wanted to be able to print each separate frame and post it to you. So I sent it to you on speedrun.com, and it's the only way I had of contacting you because your Discord DMs were closed. And then out of nowhere, James just says, "Oh yeah, I can text them on Discord." And it
Well,
wouldn't.
Mr. Rain too.
Yeah, it's all thanks to Risk Array too.
It was just out of nowhere. I can send it to him. You didn't tell us you could talk to him.
Yeah, I
Wait,
sat
whoa,
down
whoa,
and
whoa,
yes.
whoa.
Skazik just
Scott,
got sub 10, I think.
He did it?
oh, he's got exclamation marks. He's did
He
it
just
all
said, "I did it."
caps. Meeps has also got a
I mean, he
12.4.
said he was gonna do it during Small Cast. I believe him.
The
He's
power
been
of Smol
trying to
Cast.
do it for like the last 12 hours.
Meeps
or
has
some
improved.
shit.
Meeps
Like-
has improved. Has improved. No wait, I've got it wrong. Meeps hasn't improved. Sorry, Meeps. Never mind. I've read your time wrong. But still, this guy.
Dude, that's fucking 204.
Yeah, sorry. I thought it was 11:49. We're waiting for it, Skojak. We're waiting for it.
What meeps? I
I
already
think-
know. I'm looking.
I think he's just trying to get your attention.
I was looking when it happened. It's
Dude.
the delay. YouTube has like 10 years delay.
I'm trying to just get ready so I can put this on the stream. Put this on
Yeah, we're gonna
Smol
watch
Cast.
it. We're gonna watch it immediately.
Oh, it's all physics. Good job.
Yeah, I told you it was
First
204. Look, it's the
four-digit
old mom.
time.
Oh yeah, look at that. Oh, okay. Oh,
Colorblind?
no, I just don't pay attention to the small details.
What do you mean? That's such a big detail. There's a big ass fucking white line all over it now. Like,
Scotch, god damn, you're leaving us in all this suspension. In terms of I did it, what is he? What do you think he's done?
sub 10.
Is it
But
sub
it's-
sub
I
10,
don't think it's-
9.2?
I don't think it's gonna be. I don't think it's gonna be anything that crazy, but it's gonna be sub 10.
Insta diagonal.
In before he got double super bounce.
This sub 10 feels so unnatural, but I'm just trying to focus that it is. This
I mean,
is
it's most likely sub 10 without insta diagonal and without the second super bounce.
I'm gonna say
Yes,
9.
Small Cast is fucking amazing.
Yeah, we knew this already.
I'm glad you noticed me.
I think 9.7 is my guess. I'm gonna say 9.7. It's
Okay,
advantageous.
I'm gonna. Oh my god. It's hard to even guess. Okay, so.
Todd's happy.
Okay, I'm also gonna guess 9.7.
I'm gonna say 9.8 just for the sake of switching it up, but I definitely think it's gonna be 9.7 too.
We're just waiting.
I have a feeling that he got a very similar run to his 10.0, but just hit Instamom.
It's definitely 9.7 or 9.8. Probably 9.8. I don't know why I'm saying 9.7.
Wait, do you think it's Instamom or Insta diagonal you got?
I feel like
And
One of
Simone.
those is a little easier than the
I
other,
mean,
but
yeah.
Well,
not too sure.
not if you're me.
Uh,
Hey, I'm not a AO runner. I don't know.
Insta diagonal is really hard, and instant mom is like, I don't know, really easy.
That's a really
I
specific
have
time,
hit
Genji.
insta diagonal now, at least. Like not in a run, but I have hit it.
That's also another meme we had. Is a screenshot of you saying that you've never gotten diagonal and you never will.
Yeah, I've had to break that. Had to break that.
I mean, everybody gets it. A lot of people probably don't even notice.
Yeah, most people are cut off. Just it's so quick that you'll end up just missing danger and not even noticing you did it. Because it can happen accidentally.
Fucking Skazik died. I'm on the edge right now. He hasn't said anything for like 5 minutes.
He popped all the way off.
Unless the
He popped all the way off.
Oh my god.
he must be uploading to YouTube. This is going to be a huge run.
That's definitely a get up from your desk, walk around your house type run.
He's he is spam chat and just run.
Oh,
He's
it's 9.9. It's 9.9. Oh my god. It's 9.998.
Wow.
wow, unbelievable, unbelievable.
Insane. Oh my goodness. Oh, I hear myself.
That's what you always want to hear.
Dude, it's me thanking everyone and he gets it. Let's
Oh
go. Oh
my
my
god.
goodness.
It's been done. Oh my goodness.
That's the first 4-digit time we've ever had, right? We've never had below 10 seconds on anything.
No.
We haven't.
Oh my goodness.
There was one time where TTM was lower than AO, but that was it. There's never been anything below 10 seconds, so that is insane. The actual first sub 10. Half a year, everything has led up to this.
Very moment. Oh my god.
The first day we started with 15.6, and today, sub 10 with 9.9. Amazing.
It is such a beautiful looking run.
1 second for every month.
It is. That's
It is.
yeah.
It is.
So by this time, September next year.
Skazik said my mic somehow didn't register my scream. Probably woke up all the neighbors. Understandable. Understandable.
Oh my god.
Oh, you can hear it's like barely like muffled in the back. You can barely hear it. That's awesome.
How are your celebrations, Skojak? Why, that is insane. It actually happened during Smol Cast. Cycle skip will never be
It
optimized
sounds
now.
like a mouse.
It was just too
It's
high
like a
pitched.
squeak.
Too high pitched for anything to pick it up.
Well, fuck, that was definitely sub 10. Not what I was expecting at all. In fact, I actually need to watch the run again. I don't even know what he did.
True.
Like,
It's very poignant Rice way.
What a way to cut it close as well. 2 milliseconds.
Okay, so that could have been like 9.5. What did he miss?
I cannot believe it. I actually cannot believe it. Would Kevin be mad if I tagged him again just to show him what has happened, what Skojak has done? I was gonna say what we have done, but it's what Skojak has done.
I don't even know what to say.
Yeah, absolutely dumbfounded.
I think the highlight for me is that it was in the middle of when you were talking, and it was at such a nice point. Like
Such a nice reminiscing moment.
wholesome.
Damn, we haven't even got to finish Happy's story, and we were rudely interrupted by a sub 10 time for Ame's office any percent. That is insane.
How rude.
Yeah, it can't
Oh
get
my
much faster than
God.
this.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
no.
Oh my god. I completely forgot. Who's got the high res version? I think I actually have it.
Well, that depends. Means like, because if Happy is still gonna play AO, then he'll definitely get sub 10. I assure you. But anyone else besides that, yeah, no, nobody's gonna get it for a long time. Guarantee you, this is the only people that are gonna get it are Skazik and Happy, and that's it for like a while. I I highly doubt anybody else could get it. I would be super surprised if anyone did. And I would
That
be
a
even more
challenge?
surprised if I did. I
Posing a
highly
challenge?
doubt I can.
I think it's just a matter of time. Like, it took you a few weeks. Oh, not a few weeks. It took you a week, as far as I remember, to get Cycle Skip.
It took me a month.
A month? Okay.
I appreciate your under exaggeration, but it took me a month, and it was really hard to do at 144. And once I switched to uncapped, it was much easier for me. Like the first two cycle skips I did were at 144, and they were both 11s. And then my first sub 11 was literally as soon as I switched to uncapped, I got sub 11, and it was like so much easier. It was just grinding then. Like
Yes, it might take you a month, it might take you less, more.
switching to uncapped changed my life for cycle skip for sure.
I definitely believe that you're going to get that sub 10 time in AO as well.
I hope so. It doesn't feel like it right now.
I don't even know what I'm doing now. Holy Jesus.
We're not even going to have time to get to the new discovery.
And the time has been submitted to SR.c. Right, let's see if we can backtrack before we absolutely lose ourselves a little bit. So 3 months have passed, and Happy has returned to the Smol Army Discord, which kind of made me shed a tear. I was like, he's back, my idol, my one true love. Oh, he's here to teach us how to come.
I mean,
Not wrong.
I mean, he is a family man, right?
Oh
Y'all gonna get
Jesus!
me in trouble.
I think he
Get me
knows
in
how to make a
trouble.
family.
So when you came back, do you remember the day you came back, or what you had, if you were planning to run again, or?
No, the first day I came back, I didn't really have any plans to start playing again because I didn't really feel like I could devote like enough time to it. But as I've like become more adept at dealing with being an adult, it takes a while sometimes. Uh, then I realized I had more time than I thought, so I wanted to put some time in.
Casually picks up 5 world records.
Yeah, I remember the day you came back. I was on vacation, and I was out of state, and I woke up and I saw you were back. I was so excited. Like I messaged you, and I was like, "Oh man, like sorry to bother you, but I'm like super glad you're back." I'm sure everybody's messaging you right now, but like, yeah,
Happy was happy
yeah.
or Pinky was happy to see you.
I mean, everybody was happy.
Everyone was happy.
Everybody missed you. We always talked about you all the time.
Yeah, if you talk to any of the
Uh,
new people, they will mention it. But we talked about you way too much, and they were like,
yeah,
"Happy,
we always talked
yeah,
about you.
this guy, he used to play. I don't know him. Everyone else talks about him."
I always talked about what a legend you were. Like the new people didn't understand. They're like, "Oh, I'm sure he wasn't that good." I'm like, "Nah, he was good." like, like there's being good, and then there's being happy. Like,
Yeah, and then you came back and proved it.
yeah, and then you come back and then get like three world records in like one day or something. Like, I'm like, yeah,
Happy.
this is happy. Say hi, guys.
I mean,
Say goodbye to your world records.
I think part of that was I don't even remember the order I got them in. I
Was
think Ida played a part in that though, because getting doubles sort of
oh,
inflates that count a little bit.
that was
Okay, yeah,
so
yeah. So,
insane.
but you got POR. You got POR any percent. That was like the first thing you did,
I
I
cannot
think.
believe that run
Uh,
happened still.
and that was insane. Like you immediately get an insane run as soon as you're back.
You got Pekolan back pretty quick as well.
That was pretty recent. Um, you also got AOR.
That strat is yikes. That was another rough grind.
Yeah, Happy's a real person. He's not just a mythical legend.
That's how I felt about Triptech when I
Oh,
first joined.
Triptych.
That's another. That's a story for another day.
Or another small cast.
Oh
Yeah.
god. Lots of people come and go all the time. Some people go and it hits a little harder, and some people go and when you're filling in a spreadsheet into Spearn.com, you see a name and you completely forget who they are. But we're really close to 1,000 non-runners.
Oh my god, yeah. I remember when all the Gen 3 players got to see Happy for the first time. I was so excited. Like, because they didn't think he was real.
I was just waiting to see it because I was. You said that that you're busy, and I understood that, and you may not have enough time to do any runs, but you'll hang out with us, which is what I was definitely happy that you're going to hang out with us and you see what we're going to do and continue that legacy that you have set with like AO and all your other world records you set before us. But then when you did set a run, I was like happy it really is back. It's
It's
oh,
good to be back for sure. Definitely good to be back.
it could fill the hole in the history because the history was moving. For, like me and Pinky have been here since the start, and suddenly there was just a gap. Suddenly, just the disappearance of this such an important player in the speedrunning community just gone, and then he came back, so he filled in that gap. Really happy to have you
Yeah,
back,
it's
and it's why I wanted you to be on the first our first guest on Smol Cast. I really wanted Happy to be, because to me and Pinky, you're a huge thing. To everyone else, I'm not quite sure how they see you. Some people say mythical legend. Some people would actually
Yeah,
know
I mean,
you.
we've been here since the very beginning. We've seen a lot of people come and go, and nobody's made as much of an impact as you throughout the entire game's history. Like, that's just a fact. You've definitely made the biggest impact, in my opinion. I don't know if everyone else will agree or not, but I definitely think you have.
I think it's just the quality of world records set and the effort and the grinding put in that people put in and just have not been able to see the same results is what really stands out compared to any of the other best players. I don't remember you joining. And I don't remember anyone joining. It's hard to tell when someone joins if they're going to become, you know, a major player in the world record contentions or just another non-runner to add to our soon-to-be 1,000 non-runners again. But happy everybody. That's his story.
I'm just a dude that likes this game and happens to go fast sometimes.
Pog. Are you gonna submit your 10.6?
No,
Ah,
Okay.
because I'm
Okay.
gonna improve it.
Yeah.
After all this hype, I think I have unfinished business on that stage.
Yeah, I'm sure you'll get sub 10 pretty quickly.
I don't know. It's really hard. It's a really hard strat.
I mean, yeah, it definitely is. It's crazy. I can't believe it that people can even do it at all. A couple of people have been saying that they think that this is going to be easier than just doing cycle skip, and I'm like, no, no, no,
just isn't. Just
no, no,
try
you
and
guys are crazy. How could
try
you
and
think
do
this?
a super bounce and grind them out so you're consistent that you can put them in a run and then do 2 in a row. And then you'll see how difficult it is.
Like, one of the people that said it was Skazik, and I mean, he has the right to say whatever he wants because he's like the best AO player. So whatever, he
Sub
can
10.
say whatever he wants. But the other person said it was Eli, and I'm like, no, dude, no. There's no way. I refuse to believe that this would be easier than cycle skip.
It's all a matter of perspective, I suppose.
Yeah, if you're not interested in doing precision ground pounds.
I mean, it's
Maybe
just
there's some
because
sick person out there that finds super bouncing easier than getting
it's
a
just because
clean
there's
4, 5,
two less
6.
bounces, right?
Yeah. I guess one of the better aspects is it removes the cycle. So there's no need to go as fast as possible. You can do it and it can be any time you want. You're not waiting for any elevator to go up and down, or you don't have to be so fast that the elevator is going to be gone by the time you get there.
Cycle skips.
It is the cycle skip, and it's been done. The graph on Spear.com looks. I didn't think I was ever going to see that type of a jump on the time ever again. There you go, there it is.
That's a big improvement.
And it can go so much lower.
I hate so much that I'm second place right now when I know I'm third.
I'm sorry. I have a tendency to do that. If I know that I'm gonna improve a run, I just don't want to
No, it's
submit it.
fine. I know. You're never gonna submit a run until it's world record because it's you. So I just know that already.
Speaking of which, then, okay, we kind of touched on this earlier, but now that you've seen the 9.9 happy. Are you going to go for the sub 10, or are you gonna?
Of course, yes.
Okay, there you go.
There's a lot of hype going on with it. I need to learn Insta3 SB, but I have a pretty decent success rate with getting the second super bounce. I'll have to see how it feels after Insta SB3 and see if I can have that same scattered success, but I definitely got a lot of 2 in a rows. So I feel like I could do it.
Memes.
Sub 9 is not possible, memes.
Sub 9 is not possible.
We're already considering literally everything you can do. And it can be like a lower 9. It can be a low 9. Like mid to lower 9-ish. But definitely not sub 9. Not unless we find fucking Super Slide or something again, and that's basically a myth that we meme about all the time. It would save an entire second for literally nothing.
So, working off that same question I asked Happy, Pinky, what are your plans now?
My plans?
Yeah.
Oh man,
you talked about it a bit in chat.
I don't know. I've been struggling the last few days ever since Super Bounce was discovered. Like I can do it like I don't know, maybe 1 out of like 100 times, and I can't do it consistently at all. And then today and yesterday, I don't think I've even done one. I don't know. It's just really hard for me to practice, man. Like just sitting there, like literally just trying to do this one thing. I like Happy's idea, like just go and do it. I thought about doing that too, but I felt like I would never get it because it's like hard enough for me to get to 3 already anyway, and also doing Insta on 3 now, which I've never done before because you have to hold left after 2 now to get Insta on 3, which is like super weird for me because I've always done it the same way. So I have to get used to doing that, and then I have to make it to 3, and then out of some like 1 in a million chance I make it, I have to be ready to react. So I would probably just be holding the direction to go and not bonk the plat above me already anyway. And then by some miracle, maybe I will get some 1 out of 1 million run and actually do it. I'm definitely not gonna get a second one. I could at most get a sub 10 just doing like 1 SB probably if I just brute force it enough, which is what I'm known for. But I highly doubt I would be able to get 2 unless I actually get good at SBs somehow. But it's so incredibly hard to me. I don't understand how you guys do it at all.
Do you plan to maybe look at other stages, or
No.
no?
No. I don't know if anything will ever make me leave AO, and I don't plan on leaving AO. I live and die in AO. Okay, like if I can't learn the SB, then I will literally just stop playing the game because if I can't play AO and I can't compete at the highest level, then I don't want to play. So that's how it is for me. That's how serious about AO I am.
He left his heart in Ame's office.
Yes. And I know I'm probably overreacting and I'll do it eventually or something anyway, but I don't know. Right now I feel helpless. Like I'm definitely not going to do it.
It's just going to take a lot of time. I guess we felt the same way about cycle skip as well. Like there was 3 people that done it, and now there's what, 12 cycle skippers.
13.
13. I don't think a cycle skip is dead, right? People are definitely still going to continue to do cycle skip because
Well, yeah, we talked about this.
yeah, I know we
Because
did.
cycle skip is going to be the new cycle
Precursor.
skip is going to be the new normal run now. So like normal runs, how we say those are like 12.5. Well, cycle skip is going to be like I don't know, intermediate now. So it's going to be like the thing that's in between, like normal runs and advanced runs, which is now cycle skip.
So 12.x.
Yeah, so like
10
normal runs
point.
like 12.5, and then cycle skip. I don't know what I would say to get for cycle skip. 10.8. You don't have to get insta. I mean, if you can get 10.8, like you get enough already.
Sub 11.
Yeah, I mean sub 11 is pretty easy. But you can get like 10.8 without insta diagonal, or 10.7 if you're Pengu or Skazik. I can't do that. But yeah, cycle skip is just like a whole nother level, at least right now. So like I was talking about earlier, like the only players that are gonna be able to do it right now for like a while is just gonna be Skazik and Happy, and I don't think anybody else is gonna do it for a while.
Well, we have another 6 months of the year to work through,
Yeah,
and then we have a whole other year after that year.
I mean I'm pretty happy with the progression that we had just from cycle skip itself, like because we went from 12.2 to 10.9 like immediately.
Skipping
And
11
then
seconds, I remember.
it went from 10.9, like the first cycle skip, to 10.5, and that took a few months to do that. And we knew 10.4 was possible, so that was next. But then we found like super bounce, and then we're like, okay, yeah, no, Keck, just get sub 10. Well, now, so yeah, like it's so crazy now that like 10.x time is like just not good anymore. Or not like the best.
World record runs won't have a 10 in front of them ever again.
Yeah,
That's a
that's
hard thing to
pretty
accept.
awesome. That's pretty awesome. I'm so happy it's finally happened. It's just been a meme for the longest time. Like, oh yeah, sub 10 Keck. Like, we always joke about finding Super Slide or something again one day. Oh man, Kevin saw.
Kevin saw, he did. He said,
Kevin
wow.
saw.
I
I really wonder what Kevin thinks of all of us in the.
We'll get him on here one day. We'll get him in here.
Yeah, I definitely want to have Kevin as a guest one day. If he says yes, assuming he will.
Speaking of Kevin, he's been busy working on the game. So we've seen a few videos.
I would say that, but technically he said in his Twitter post where
He
he
did.
posted Ollie, he said that he hasn't been working on the game much. So
Well, recently
I'm
he's
gonna go
been.
out on a limb here and say probably hasn't, and I don't think we're close to the update coming out. So there's that.
Yeah, I don't think the
But,
update's
I mean, there's
soon.
no rush.
But yeah, never going to be a rush, and we don't even know if that's going to be version 1, or if there's going to be another version after this.
I mean, he definitely told us it was going to be the final version.
So
he's clarified that multiple times, I think.
no, it's not the first time he's going to have a change of mind. But he obviously was working on the Ollie character, and Ollie has showed interest in playing the game. I'm very excited for that.
I'm also very excited for that. That's going to be the real Gen 4.
Don't even get started.
Risu and Smiles don't count. And if it did count, it would just be Smiles by himself. Risu doesn't even count.
I didn't even know she played.
Exactly. Nobody else did either. And the people that did watch her didn't know what the game was because she didn't put it anywhere.
Looking forward to hopefully Hachima playing the game as well.
Oh, that would be amazing. I want her to play.
It'd bring a whole new load of Japanese players over.
I just imagine her like freaking out in pot. Like she would just want to stay in the pot because she would be so happy.
She'd start singing.
Ugh, I want that to happen so bad.
Hachima might actually be good at the game too.
Last time you told me that, I was severely disappointed. So
Yeah, I don't think
not
Hachima's
gonna
going to be that
think.
great at the game, to be honest. Ollie might be alright. Basically,
I remember when Risu was gonna play the game, we were like, "Oh, she's gonna be so good, so much better than everyone else," and then she was the worst.
I think Jesus Christ. I think Corny would be the best to play the game. I don't think.
Oh well, yeah, obviously, I think that's like my dream.
So
I want
Hachima
Corey to
is
play the game.
Hachima
would be
is
so
the
much-
route. Hachima gets us there.
That would be the best thing that could happen is if Corona played the game.
And then Fubuki plays it, and then she's got speedrunner genes, and she'd speedrun it, and it'd be fantastic. So Smol Cast lives up to its.
Oh yeah,
It's,
yeah. Smol Cast, you guys. 10.4 last week. 9.9 this week, and next week.
9.2.
Sub 8. You know, like
Make sure you tune in next week to find out.
yes, yes.
And I think we'll probably be seeing a new world record to Pop and Rock soon, maybe. If they can figure out
We'll be
that
seeing a lot of new world records soon.
super bubble
We,
bounce, boosted bubble, boosted bounce, bubble boosted bounce, super bounce.
Yeah, you know, maybe Happy will take a 5-minute break from AO and then just get sub 30 POR real quick.
Casually.
Uh,
I think our names are going to be too long for our tricks. Super boosted bounce. Or boosted super bounce.
BSB.
Bullshit.
Bullshit bounce.
The bullshit bounce.
I like that a lot.
I mean, yeah,
It's
that's what
accurate.
it fucking is to me.
Oh god.
I remember when everyone was talking about what to call cycle skip skip. I wanted to just say we should just call it stupid as fuck. That's how it feels.
It is. Oh god. The fucking stupid skip.
That's how I feel about fucking super bounce.
I agree. No, we were actually talking about that before we started up Small Cast, but yeah, I don't think it saves time in any percent either.
Oh,
At
because
least at face value.
you have to
Yeah,
walk
yeah, we were
across.
talking about that. Happy thinks that it might not save the cycle anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Definitely Bubba percent though.
That jump is insane. I remember looking at that jump when the game first came out, trying to use the momentum to get up there.
Yeah, I tried a strat where you like edge bounce off of the cube as it's rotating when the corner was like at the highest point possible. And I actually got some pretty good height off of those, but I never made it all the way up.
For Pop and Rock runners, that skip there means a lot. It's been just shy of an hour and a half. And we've had a wonderful guest. Happy. So glad you could make it. Well, we made it to your schedule, but yeah, happy that you could join us.
Yeah, sorry that for all the people who maybe stayed up late or couldn't make it. I apologize.
We have the VOD, but it's alright.
And for you two for perhaps messing up your sleep patterns.
Pinky doesn't have one of them.
It's fine. I don't care. I'm normally asleep right now, but I really couldn't care less. I care about this a lot more than that, so it's fine.
Yeah, I'm kind of the same. So thank you everyone for joining us in Smol Cast 2 with Happy. And we'll see you all next week.
Bye.